Tommy Keavney from Listuff and more to ask him a few questions about old times and some of the machinery he bought in years gone by, and a few more questions about maybe the history of Drumore and that. So Tommy, your first tractor was a Ford 9, Ford 18?
The Ford 9, yeah.
And
bought in 1948.
How'd you like it?
Well, the only one that was in it at the time. All there was in it was the Ferguson and the Fortson. The Fortson, we had no lift that time.
This is the particular tractor here, actually. I have
That's
a
it.
picture of it. It's the identical tractor Tommy Keavney owned.
That's
And
it.
you said they weren't suitable for the Irish climate.
It was, you had to really run down the blind if you had to do it justice. Yeah, it wasn't, you had to have it really in a cold country, or a hot country.
Yeah,
Not
were
a
they-
cold country, cold country. Then,
Were they straight petrol?
no,
TVO?
no, it's ran on TVO, but it started with petrol.
Right. And what kind of money was it to buy at the time?
£350 and £50 for the plough, Ford Ransom plough, and £75 for the strut side mounted mower. And
Is that
there was a
right?
lot of money at that time.
It was. It
And it
was.
took off again,
And what year was that, Tommy?
48.
1948.
A tank of oil that time was only £12, and that took getting to
It did. It did. And did you much work with this particular tractor?
miles and miles and miles of acres. Well, yes, apes and plenty of work.
You did.
So there was only one road, sure.
Is that right? And your next tractor then was in Upfield, you said?
In Upfield,
In Upfield. What model?
1950.
A DM4.
I don't know, you're past me now. It was the one with axle sticking out.
Oh, Universal.
The
Field
first of the Upfields.
Yeah.
I was more in the field in Clonfad when I saw this tractor coming down the road there. God, I said, what the hell is that? Next time he driving in the field to me. He went around to a lot of people around the country that time. I can't think of it.
That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I couldn't think of it. But that was all about the note, and another thing, it wasn't really suitable. It was too high geared. There's a lower gear now in them, but a great road tractor and a lovely one to pull a tractor, lovely.
Yes. They had no low range. Only one range of gears.
That's all.
And was it a diesel?
Diesel.
Diesel.
What was P3? P4.
Oh, P4.
Yeah.
Perkins.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
That was
very
the
good.
first of these engines around too.
And you said you had a plough. You had a problem with a plough, a star plough.
Oh yeah, the star plough, I bought it in a counter. You could adjust them to different with the sads.
Yes.
First, it could take 10 yards and the two beams were straightened out. No, late for the plough and then late for the...
Too much power.
No, but the steel was no good in it.
Oh.
But that Ford Ransom, there was no braking for that plough.
No.
No.
Good plough.
Fine.
And tell me, when did you give up the agricultural hire?
50.
1950.
Had to give it up for doing that went that way.
That's right.
I hadn't the money to do anything else, and anyway I had it lost. I had the ploughing lost and the mowing lost then.
And then you took up plumbing.
No. I bought the field and worked for the council for a year.
For Galway County Council.
Yeah.
And where were you based?
And from Cross to Ballykill, all that area.
Oh, Connemara.
Yeah.
Yes. And what did you do for the council?
Crush.
Crushed.
Crushing.
Crushing rock.
Yeah.
Very good. Had plenty of power for that.
Oh, plenty of power. It was a good one. About top screen crusher.
Oh, very good. So then you went to the UK for a while.
I did, but there's a bit in between there. I come home this evening and a man said, my father said to me, he said, there's a man up the road trying to you to call. So I went to him and out of the blue, he said, I'll give you the place here if you build a house, he said. So he says, I didn't know what to do because I wasn't geared for that at all. But eventually anyway I said yes. But I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
It took me 3 years to lift the sand, made the blocks, took the lot of it.
You made the blocks yourself.
And I mixed all the cement and
Hard work. And what year was that, Tommy, do you think?
51, 52, 53, 54, them years.
Hard work. Very hard work. So then When did you start to take up the plumbing?
I didn't do it then. I went to England when they had the house built. I had £35 to Plymouth and Drummoor. A lot of money to that time. And I sent it to the master from England. But when I went to England then, and that I had a couple of years in England.
Yeah, very good. Now, we'll go to the story about the field marshal. It's a great story.
It is all right. It's an unusual one.
Yes.
I was doing a house in Castlebar, and this fellow used to work for the council. He was an employee in the town thing, but he wasn't out the road. And I was doing the house for him, and he said to me, I don't want to go up to the yard, the council yard. He said, you might come with me. I went up and went out in the yard. I saw the tractor. There was grass growing and all over.
And what model was it? C was 3A.
3A.
That's the big marshal.
That's the big marshal. And when I said, you think, would they sell it? He says, when they're in that place there is 17. I didn't know your man turned it. I said, was it for sale, the tractor? No, he said. But it will be for some time, he says. And when it is, I'll let you know. And the man was Frank Purcell, Sean's brother.
That's right.
That's right.
The footballer.
The footballer's brother, Sean's brother. 15 years after, the phone rang, he says, that tractor's for sale.
15 years?
15 years after. So I says, what I put in for, what did I put in for, whatever you like, he says. But I said, I want to get it. 450 I put in for it. But I've got it for 5 shillings, if I knew. Because several went, even the Lubis from Johnstown, the bodybuilders, they were on it. And the Lubis.
Oh, Luby, he's a big collection of tractors.
They were at that time. And Purcell, no, he would give it to go to me, and with them all knew at the finish, it was mine, even though I hadn't,
yeah.
You know.
And that's £450?
450, yeah.
And what year was that? Was it the late 80s? 88, 89?
No, and what year was that?
Was it 1990?
No, it's earlier than that. It must be in the 70s. It must be in the 70s.
It was?
Mm-hmm. That's right, that tractor ran from the yard down to where the quarry is, below Castlebar. He never done the road work, just went down there.
For crushing? For
crushing. And they brought it up and left it in the yard. It'll water went down it and it seized up, and that finished the tractor.
That was it? Mm-hmm. And
15 years after, 2 or 3 years afterwards, I rang Sean. I says, would there be any stuff left for out pieces to do it?
Spare parts?
Spare parts. And no, he said. And a couple of days afterwards he rang me. He says, we'll have to come across straw parrots for it.
Yeah, very good.
So they had changed the county council's, Mayo County Council sign for their emblem. Their emblem. And the old one was Come here, con Duio in a circle. And I said, would there be anyone? Well, he says, there's just one transfer left and that's all that was in it.
Is that right?
So, and he gave me another one that you could nail on a caravan or something good. Like that. But it was no good to me. No. So that's why that's on it.
That's very good. And Tommy, and you're a great man for the clocks as well. You love the clocks. You actually made a clock yourself. You made a grandfather clock, didn't you? Two grandfather clocks. You had a lot of Black Forest clocks as well, didn't you?
I had
the German clock.
The wag of the wall.
Wag of the wall, yeah.
I bought 80 clocks one time.
80? 80 clocks. They came in the Black Forest region in Germany, didn't they?
That is. They were all cottage industry. One man made the pens, the hands, another man made the dial, another man made this and that, and one man sold them.
Is that right?
Yes, that's what in the Black Forest, that's what they do.
Some of the faces were porcelain, is that right?
No.
No?
No. They were timber, wooden face, but was like you put putty on it, and glazed then.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Glazed?
Like, like glass put on it.
Oh, yes.
It was like putty.
Yeah. And Tommy, you erected a sundial in Dunmore in honour of your late wife.
Well, that wasn't so, but they said that. It wasn't really.
No?
No. I had the piece of brass out of the fibre on the Galway with the factory. And I said I'd make a sundial out of it. I made it for Keavney's garden.
Yes.
Friend Frank, David Burke and a fellow with the Galway Corporation come in. This is what you had. When your man from the corporation says, yes, you might give it to us for Salt Hill, after the square in Galway. God, I might, I says. So afterwards, when they went, you know, I says, I'll give them to them more. Why care out of Margaret's name was on the Student Beach Road.
Yeah.
See, that's really...
And was it hard to set up that sundial? Had they set up a certain way, a certain angle?
Yeah.
There's a certain pitch, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, you have to set it. If the sundial is no good, if it wasn't good for the meridian. You see,
is that right?
Yes. Now, the original dial, I have it all the time too, from Blackrock Lighthouse. It's the only one alive too.
Blackrock
Lighthouse. It's opposite Blacksod, outside Blacksod Bay.
Is that right?
It's only a rock out in the Atlantic.
Yes.
And that's where the dial was. And the people that built it, a descendant of them, come to visit me here this year in a wheelchair.
Is that right?
Yeah, Tommy Devereux from Castlebar. They're French.
Devereux's a French name, yes.
But it's a big story there someday. But I had a lot of them. Jimmy Mullen spun it and do that side, and Seamus Kilgareth made the Norman for it.
It's very well made.
But all the ones was down around, they were no good. Because I didn't know anything about setting for the meridian, you see. If a dial is cut here, it's no good 2 mile away really. Well,
is that right?
About a bit away. Well, you see, you're in a different... you're going off the meridian or going through the meridian.
The meridian?
Yes. They are the lines that goes this way. They're the lines that goes this way around the earth.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And
yes.
The Blackrock is 54 something. So to compensate for the discrepancy between Drumore and the Blackrock, I think it's 3/16 of an inch. The dial is tilted.
Oh, is that right?
You wouldn't know that.
The pitch of it?
Yeah, you wouldn't know that.
Very good, very interesting.
Yeah.
And Tommy, you have a Protestant church bell as well?
That's right, the child Protestant from the Protestant Church of Dunmore. And I got it from the convent. When the nuns come to Dunmore, they got the bell out of the Protestant church. So that's how it has ended up with me.
That was the convent bell?
Convent bell.
And you said that it's a different sound to the Catholic?
Well, they're all different. All Protestant bells are sharper key than the Catholic bell.
Is that right? And was it a large bell? Or?
No, it's only a smallish bell. About that way.
Right. Sure. We'll leave it at that.
If you want to finish off that.
Right. Well, thanks, Tommy, for all the valuable information you have stored away.
Thanks yourself for coming to me. It means an awful lot to me. You mightn't think it does, but it means an awful lot to me. Because at the time, nobody ever took notice of nothing. It's only now.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over it when I saw you coming in. I couldn't get over it.
Okay.
Because there never any interest, good, bad, right, and different in the area.
Sure, it's people like you that educate us.
Which I don't know.
It is, yeah.
But I couldn't believe it. That time in Drumore, it was no good. I built a new set. I built a new sidecar, Spaniel one.
A sidecar?
Yes. Brought it up through the town, and not a word about it.
You built it yourself?
Yes, hand built one. It's above the shed all the time. And about the day I brought the Pennyfarthing, the 1880, and the wooden wheel bike. There was never a word about it either.
No.
And never again would you see it in Drumore anyway, that's for sure.
You won't?
No.
And you had a large trailer years back,
Paddy
with
Keavney
6 engines on it.
Paddy Keavney that built that, he's dead a couple of months, Paddy Glenamaddie. That cost 1,800 that time.
To make?
To make, and
there was a turntable on it,
there was. Got the turntable, the man that gave me the turntable is dead too. He's Murphy, Jimmy O'Reilly's Murphy brother in Ballinlaw.
We're going to finish up now. I want to thank Tommy Keavney for all the valuable information he gave and all the help. And we finish at that.
A big pity that I didn't know years ago. It was a pity that you went in years ago.
Yeah.